Speed.
Running.
Production 65010. Scene 1001, take 1.
All right, sir. You were going to tell us a story about Queen Victoria and the Czar.
Well, at my convenience, and I told him that I had not yet become thoroughly seated in the presidential chair, and as soon as I got things straightened out, I'd be glad to come and talk with him. I was rather doubtful about the Russian situation because Queen Victoria had made a statement after 60 years as Queen of Great Britain and Ireland that she wished that she were a man so she could go to Russia and give them the necessary going over so they would keep their agreements. So you see, it was customary in those days for the Russians to break their agreements. We all had an idea that maybe the Bolsheviks, when they got control of that country, might be more reliable, but they turned out to be less reliable, if that's at all possible. But I finally got things in shape so I could go to Potsdam. I had a house over there which they call the White House, but it wasn't yellow. It wasn't white, it was yellow. And I don't know whether that had any effect on the conference or not, that color. At any rate, we went to work and did the best that we possibly could. There was another incident that took place a little later in the conference that was an interesting one, in which the discussion was on the government for Poland at that time, and which showed exactly how his mind ran. He had to be turned out just as his character was shown at that time, that he had to be forced to keep any agreements that he kept. He broke 16 agreements that were made at Yalta, and he broke 32 agreements that were made at Potsdam, 48 altogether. He never kept a single one of them.